hello to a place called Wisconsin. Has anyone ever heard of it?
Right now, former President Donald Trump back in Wisconsin tonight as the primary election season ramps up. Plus, a Janesville couple among the dead after being struck by lightning right outside the White House last night. Today, we spoke with their family and friends. And 10 years later, a look back at the Sikh temple shooting in Oak Creek. Hear from the former officer who narrowly survived. It's all coming up right now on News 3 Now at 10. Thanks for joining us. Charlotte is off tonight. First at 10, temperatures on the rise. They'll top out tomorrow, and that is prompting an alert day. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the backyard patio with our first warn forecast. Gary?
Eric, it's steamy out here already. Dew point temperatures are close to 70 degrees, and those temperatures are not going to fall very much more tonight. As we take a look at the time lapse from the WISC Skycam, we had bright sunshine for the morning. Notice the clouds, though, moving from right to left. This view looking to the east, that means those winds have been out of the south, and that's warming us up. It's also bringing in moisture, but the nearest thunderstorms are in Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas, and for the most part, I think we'll stay dry during the day tomorrow. I think the better chances for showers and thunderstorms will arrive tomorrow night. High temperatures today, middle 80s here in Madison. Janesville topped out at 88 degrees. Little cooler near Lake Michigan, but not much. Milwaukee, 81. 75 is the high temperature in Manitowoc. Right now, temperature is still a little cooler closer to the lake. Mid-70s across much of southern Wisconsin. But this is the more important number, the dew point temperatures. And you can see that they're already close to 70 degrees in Madison and Dane County, and in the upper 60s to our north and east. Look for skies to be mostly or partly cloudy overnight. It'll be muggy with a low temperature of about 71 degrees, and we do have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow for the high heat and humidity. I'll tell you how hot it'll get and how hot it'll feel in just a few minutes.
We are absolutely thrilled to announce that the 2024 Republican National Convention will be held in the great city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Republicans today unanimous 2024 National Convention beating out Nashville, Tennessee. That decision announced at the Republican National Committee summer meeting in Chicago following months of wrangling between those two cities. And Wisconsin's primary election, of course, next Tuesday, and it has drawn attention from all across the country. Former President Donald Trump in Waukesha tonight, stumping for his preferred candidate, Tim Michels. Political reporter Will Keneally joins us live from Waukesha with more. Will?
So, Eric, you could tell that it was a rally coming during the midterm elections. It was largely Trump saying that he was touting his own record and disparaging what he says was the failings of the Biden administration. He wants that sentiment to travel to down-ballot races that he's made endorsements in, like the race for governor, where he has endorsed Republican Tim Michels.
He's a businessman, I'm a businessman, and that's why he said, Tim, I'm going to endorse you.
Tim Michels entered the race earlier this year and quickly shot to the front of the pack with a couple of key endorsements.
It's been a great, tremendous boost to our campaign, a great endorsement of the enthusiasm that we have, but we're mission focused. And then Governor Tommy Thompson endorses me after that. Great endorsement from a great unifier.
For Trump, his endorsement came amid continued questioning of the 2020 election results.
Last month, the Wisconsin Supreme Court, I give such credit to them, ruled that the widespread use of ballot drop boxes across the state is totally illegal.
This week, Trump endorsed Assembly Speaker Robin Voss's opponent for much of the same reason.
There's only one road to achieving free and fair elections in Wisconsin, and that road runs through the 63rd Assembly District.
Michels says he wants to abolish the Wisconsin Elections Commission, the bipartisan arbiter of elections that's drawn the ire of some conservatives.
If we don't have fair and transparent elections, our entire constitutional system comes crumbling down. This is the United States of America. It's not some third world country. It's not some banana republic.
Michels also says he'll take a platform of crime and education into the August and November elections. So Michels will face Rebecca Clayfish in the August primaries coming up this Tuesday. Madison residents can early vote in some locations into the weekend. We'll have all that information up online for you at channel3000.com.
Will Keneally live in Waukesha. And it's been a week of dueling endorsements on Wisconsin soil in that Republican gubernatorial primary. The former president, of course, here tonight. On this week's edition of For the Record, I speak with Marquette Law School political scientist Charles Franklin about the show of support from former Vice President Mike Pence and former Governor Scott Walker in support of Rebecca Clayfish and, of course, Trump for Michaels. Now, who wins the race on Tuesday will speak to the direction of the Republican Party politics in Wisconsin.
I think it's a very interesting question because Donald Trump is certainly the predominant figure in the Republican Party nationally and is very strong here. On the other hand, Scott Walker's 8 years as governor defined the modern Republican Party in the state, but he's been out of office for 4 years, as has Clayfish. So it's a really interesting question between the governor who revolutionized Republican politics in Wisconsin versus the president who revolutionized national party politics.
You can see that entire edition of For the Record, including a preview of election night. My sit down with Charles Sunday morning at 10:30 right after Face the Nation. Then on Monday night, be sure to tune into Campaign 2022 Battleground Wisconsin, a 1-hour News 3 Now special looking at the major races in the primary. That's Monday night, 7 p.m. Developing tonight, the FBI says a wanted man who reportedly shot at an agent last week in Georgia may be in south central Wisconsin right now. The agency says it has reason to believe 24-year-old Joshua Jonathan Luke Brown may be in the Johnson Creek area. There is a federal warrant out on him, as well as a $25,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. He's considered armed and dangerous. Around the state, the Racine Police Department said a 19-year-old man and a 16-year-old have been arrested in connection with a shooting during a funeral in Racine earlier this summer. Both faced 26 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, 2 counts of attempted homicide. 2 people were shot at the funeral. Both are expected to survive. The state DNR investigating contaminated soil near the Bad River Band of the Lake Superior Reservation in far northern Wisconsin. DNR officials said Enbridge reported this week that a contractor had encountered soil suspected to be contaminated along the company's Line 5 pipeline south of Ashland, about a mile west of the reservation. Line 5 runs from Superior to Sarnia, Ontario, crossing about 12 miles of the Bad Rivers Reservation. Governor Tony Evers today announcing 49 more pardons. That brings his total number of pardons granted to 603 since taking office. The pardons allow people who have completed their criminal sentences to once again be able to serve on a jury, hold public office, and hold certain professional licenses. We have a list of all of them at channel3000.com. A lightning strike just outside the White House last night, resulting in the deaths of 3 people, and that includes a couple from Janesville. The 4th victim still hospitalized. That strike happened at Lafayette Park across the street from the White House. Officials say the Janesville couple, 76-year-old James Mueller, died at the hospital last night. 75-year-old Donna Mueller died early this morning. Their family tells News 3 Now they were visiting D.C. celebrating their 56th wedding anniversary. The 2 were high school sweethearts, grandparents, great-grandparents, and great neighbors as well. That's what we heard from friends and family who knew the Muellers today. We spoke with a couple family members this morning outside of James and Donna's home. The family now asking for privacy during this time of grief as they navigate what's next. Neighbors who lived by the couple in Janesville called the Muellers good people and great neighbors.
They had a big 4th of July party with lots of guests over, and so it just seemed like they were very socially active, and they're always coming and going, and they make their house so beautiful. So they're just total pleasure to be neighbors with, and it's really going to be a loss for our whole community.
James owned his own drywall business. Donna was a teacher, but currently working at the Comfort Shop in Janesville. The couple had 5 children, 10 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. And today, the White House Press Secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, put out a statement saying, quote, "We are saddened by the tragic loss of life. Our hearts are with the families who lost loved ones. We are praying for those still fighting for their lives." Flags across the city and state today lowered to half-staff in honor of the 10-year anniversary of the Sikh temple shooting in Oak Creek. On this day, 10 years ago, a white supremacist opened fire inside, killing 7 as they were preparing for a Sunday service. And you may remember Oak Creek Police Lieutenant Brian Murphy. He was the first responding officer that day. He went in alone and was shot 15 times by the gunman, but somehow survived. And today, our news partners in Milwaukee caught up with him. Michelle Fiore reports.
It took a tragedy to make people look at each other and say, wait, we're all in this together.
Lieutenant Brian Murphy's gone through a lot since August 5th, 2012.
For me to be on this side of the ground, it's a miracle.
Lieutenant Murphy got on scene less than 2 minutes after the 911 call. His presence scaring off the gunman, Wade Michael Page.
And when he saw Lieutenant Murphy, he started to leave and try to get away and exit. And that's when Brian engaged in a firefight with him.
Took my thumb off and then continued to shoot till Sam got there. And fortunately, Sam was there within a very short amount of time and was able to take him down.
10 years later, the memory's vivid. 7 people dead, and the injuries both physical and emotional.
Everybody looks at you like, oh, you got shot and you're okay. And that's never okay. Your life is completely different.
Retired in 2013, Lieutenant Murphy now counsels injured officers, talking resilience. But one of his personal heroes is Pardeep Kalika's father, who died that day.
If it wasn't for what Mr. Kalika did inside the temple, to hold him up for as long as he did, this would have turned out 1,000 times worse.
I mean, he saved another person who was able to make it out and, get out of there. And he was able to hold up the shooter long enough for Lieutenant Murphy to arrive there.
Kalika says another man showed incredible resilience following the shooting as well. A victim who was paralyzed and survived 8 long years.
And he would blink, once for yes, 2 for no. And you would ask him, how are you feeling? Are you in Chardi Kala, which means, in high spirits? And he would blink yes. But I think that there was something that came out of that day from all of us that we said we will not let hope die.
Michelle Fiore reporting, and President Biden marked the day by again calling on lawmakers to ban assault weapons and take action to defeat domestic terrorism. In a statement, he wrote, quote, tragically, attacks on our nation's houses of worship have only become more common over the past decade. It is up to all of us to deny this hate-safe harbor. Right-wing talk show host, well-known conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has been ordered to pay more than $45 million in punitive damages to the parents of a child killed in the mass shooting at Sandy Hook. For years after the 2012 massacre, which left 6 adults and 20 children dead, Jones claimed it was a hoax. 2 parents sued him for defamation and won their case this week. Today's ruling comes a day after the jury decided Jones must also pay just over $4 million in compensatory damages. More local news now. Public health officials say they've added 75 additional appointments to their monkeypox vaccination clinic scheduled for next week. Those who are eligible and looking for the vaccine can call Public Health Madison and Dane County. And on the COVID front, Dane County is again moving in the right direction, dropping out of the high level of transmission back into the medium level. That means the CDC now recommends wearing a mask if you have symptoms or have tested positive, or if you're on any public transportation. Still to come tonight, Gary will have the latest on tomorrow's very warm alert day and just how hot it'll get. Plus, taking over downtown Madison and right on the Capitol Square. We'll check out this year's CrossFit Games event, a new event this year when we come back.
I'm U.S. Senate candidate Peter Pekarsky, now in second place, approving this ad paid for by Pekarsky for Wisconsin and saying that 4 out of the 5 remaining candidates want you to know before you vote whether the candidate you vote for can handle Ron Johnson on a debate stage and where that person stands on legalizing marijuana, reparations, and protecting your right to vote and have that vote counted as cast. We're a walk in the park compared to Ron Johnson. Show the state you're ready, Mandela. Join us and let's have the first debate with all the candidates.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
A lot of Medicare health plans have benefits that are specific to your county. So why would you call a national 1-800 number when your local Medicare plans have all the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better?
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like butter burgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
We've been spending more time than ever before at home, where we're continually inspired to make it our own, where the perfect wall mounting can lift your spirits, and that once hidden path to your door is now illuminated with intrigue to lead you inside. With Patriot Lighting, your lighting is another way to put your personal style on display. Smart, sophisticated, radiant, just like you. We have hundreds of options to make your home and your world shine a little brighter. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. only at Menards.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Wisconsin is now one of the nation's most important political battlegrounds. The August primaries and November midterms could set a new course for our state and our country.
News 3 Now brings you a look at the key races and issues in campaign 2022 Battleground Wisconsin.
Monday at 7 p.m. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. After 4 years on the Near West Side, the Heights Cafe and Restaurant will close next week. According to a post online, the decision comes at a time when staffing challenges combined with the pandemic restrictions left business operations unfeasible. For the past 3 months, the restaurant had only been open for weekend brunch and Friday happy hour. The red-hot labor market is still going strong. Government data out today shows in July, the U.S. added more than 500,000 jobs. Unemployment now at a 50-year low. The economy added 528,000 jobs in July, more than double what economists had anticipated. Unemployment also ticked down to 3.5%, hitting pre-pandemic levels.
It's a somewhat surprising result, with gains broad-based among totally different kinds of sectors: leisure and hospitality, business and professional services, government, all these different areas seeing a big uptick in hiring.
Well, consumers are seeing some relief in the system, however. Mortgage rates dropped this week. Drivers have seen more than 50 days of lower gas prices now. CrossFit Games in full swing now in Madison. Today, if you were in the downtown area, you may have noticed something a little different. Athletes were actually competing right on the Capitol Square. Our photojournalist Brian Mesmer went to check it out.
Madison and CrossFit are a perfect match, so we get each other.
Let's go, Kato!
It's great for the first time to have something right in the heart of downtown, State Street, the Capitol, everything that is iconic Madison, to have that marriage of these games, which are so important to our community and economy, and the heart of what makes Madison, Madison. We're glad to have all these out-of-town guests experience downtown for a really, really cool competition.
We are from Brisbane, Australia. We come to watch the CrossFit Games and watch the Aussies dominate.
Yeah, we're from West Texas, where everything's hot and windy and tan and brown. Yeah, so it's beautiful here. We've loved the weather. We love the lakes. It's green. It's been awesome.
Every year we have about $12 million that is spent in Dane County from CrossFit attendees.
I want to go and just like run the river and the lakes. The scenery is just unbelievable. The people that we've encountered have been so nice. It's just like an oasis out here right now.
Businesses know what to do, attendees know how to enjoy Madison, and we're just glad to bring them all together downtown today.
Hitting the Capitol, walking around State Street, just checking out some of the local venues, and it's been a treat for us.
We want to hire some bikes and ride around the lake and eat some nice food, some nice local food.
You're almost there! Let's go!
That enthusiasm that visitors have when they are here in Madison. You look at it on the social media, they are excited to be here. They know Madison welcomes them very, very tightly, very closely. Really, CrossFit at this point is part of Madison's extended family.
Photojournalist Brian Mesmer, we thank him for his work there. The games will run through the weekend. CBS will have live coverage of the biggest competition on Sunday, noon to 2, and you can watch it right here on Channel 3. Going to be a hot one out there tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us now with his first warned weather and an alert day on tap for us as things are heating up.
Yeah, it certainly is. Those temperatures are climbing into the lower 90s for tomorrow. You factor in the humidity, it'll feel a lot warmer. Let's start out by taking a look at that alert day. Of course, we've had it in the forecast for about the last 4 days. I think we put it in either Wednesday or Thursday, and we are looking for temperatures that will be around 92 for a high temperature, but with the dew-point temperature of around 70, that's sultry air. So the heat index between about 96 and 101. People who are at risk from heat stroke or people who are not in great physical condition, that's kind of the danger area. So keep an eye on that. All of southern Wisconsin is going to be affected by that. Tonight, some thunderstorms are breaking the heat, but that's well to our north and west in the parts of the eastern Dakotas and northwestern Minnesota. Those showers and storms will stay mainly to our north for about the next 24 hours. Tomorrow evening, there's the possibility for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm according to the Storm Prediction Center, a marginal risk or a level 1 risk, mainly for wind. But once these storms start to expand, the wind threat goes away and it turns more into a heavy rain threat. In fact, you take a look at future track precipitation. This is through Monday morning. You're looking at a general about ½ inch to an inch of rain over southern Wisconsin, but there are swaths in there that could pick up 2 or 3 inches of rain, especially areas that get a couple of rounds of heavier thunderstorms. That's much more likely across parts of southeastern Minnesota and northeastern Iowa, because they'll get a round of storms either late tomorrow afternoon or early tomorrow evening, and then another one later at night, and then perhaps another one on Sunday. You can see this on future track. Around here, the atmosphere will just be capped. We just have a lot of warm air aloft, so that will prevent thunderstorms from reaching us. This is Saturday morning. Notice as these storms come eastward, they just kind of fizzle out a little bit, and they stay mainly to our north and west. So again, that area is southeastern Minnesota, northeastern Iowa. That's where they'll already see a couple of rounds of thunderstorms. Our better chances move in late on Saturday night and into Sunday morning. But for us, again, the main threat is going to be heavy downpours. There might be a break Sunday afternoon, and then the next round of thunderstorms probably arriving Sunday evening. This is along the actual cold front. Then the winds shift around to the north and northeast. Notice how the air starts to dry out and skies start to clear out to the north and west. So relief is on the way. You just have to wait until after the weekend. 3 things you need to know. Hot, quite humid for tomorrow. Then the thunderstorms tomorrow night into Sunday. Could be heavy rain in a few spots, but the dry weather starts Monday afternoon and pretty much lasts for the rest of the week. High temperatures over the next 10 days. Notice highs in the lower 90s as we head tomorrow, but then after that, a much nicer weather pattern. 92 for the high tomorrow. On future track, the rounds of thunderstorms arriving late on Saturday night and into Sunday morning. Then they clear out, and then we'll look for perhaps another round Sunday night. Those rainfall amounts, spotty. Some areas picking up 1 to 2 or more inches of rain. Most areas at least a ½ inch of rain. But after the storms end Sunday night and the showers early on Monday morning, after that we're looking at dry weather for the rest of the week. Maybe a thunderstorm chance next weekend, but it's possible we could stay dry even then as well.
And coming up in sports, the countdown is on for Leroy Butler. How the former Packer is feeling less than 24 hours away from his Hall of Fame enshrinement. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'm Rebecca Clayfish, and your choice for governor is clear. I'm the Tea Party mom who took on the Madison establishment and won. Tim Michaels is a Madison insider who's enriched himself with your tax dollars. I stood with Scott Walker to cut your taxes. Tim Michaels sided with the union bosses and pushed to raise our gas tax to make himself richer. Tim Michaels is out for himself. I'm Rebecca Clayfish. As governor, I'll always fight for you.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Stay comfortable in your home all year long. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Migraine attacks? You can't always avoid triggers like stress. Qulipta can help prevent migraine attacks. You can't prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qulipta helps what's going on inside. Qulipta is a pill, gets right to work to prevent migraine attacks and keeps them away over time. Qulipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraine attacks. Qulipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Qulipta.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we only serve those who honorably serve. All ranks, all branches, and their eligible family members. Yep, that is exclusive, and we're fine with that.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
It's Slumberland's anniversary sale, and to celebrate, we're stacking the deals. Buy any sofa or sectional and get 20% off your second purchase. Now for the stacking, get another 20% off both items.
20 plus another 20?
Yep, and there's more. Buy any recliner or accent chair and get 20% off your second purchase. And stack an additional 20% off both items.
Discounts? On top of discounts?
Plus, we are still offering great special financing at Slumberland Furniture.
After 10 training camp practices, Matt LaFleur moved the show to Lambeau Field for the team's annual family night. It used to be an actual scrimmage, now it's about a 2-hour practice. Tonight's was in front of 50,112 fans. Not bad for a practice, right? Only thing to note, Darnell Savage left with an apparent hamstring injury. A guy who knows a thing or two about Lambeau continued his Hall of Fame week today in Canton. Leroy Butler and the rest of this year's Pro Football Hall of Fame class took part in the team picture with other members of the Hall. He also received his gold jacket tonight, and the realization that he's going to be enshrined tomorrow is starting to sink in.
That picture we just took, that's what every guy talks about. And I didn't know what they were talking about, the team photo, but it's the one team you can't get traded, you can't get cut. And then you keep thinking about it. The number that I have is 357, because there's only 362 guys in the Hall of Fame.
Experienced defensive unit is the D-line. Keanu Benton is back along with Isaiah Mullins, and Rojas Johnson has all the pieces for a monster year. Now, part of what makes that unit so good, how they train in the summer. This year, they switched sports for a workout with the Badger wrestling team, and let's just say they're not going to forget their time on the mat.
You have to pay your respect to the wrestlers. I mean, that's a hard sport. That's a tough sport. So just being in there, feeling how hot it was, and going continuously, just kind of, it killed.
Great conditioning, great work, and just different. Break up the monotony a little bit in the summer. I know a lot of those guys were really excited to get up there and do something a little bit different, kind of get out of their comfort zone, and excited to see if they can apply any of this stuff here in fall.
It's been a good summer for Greg Gard. Not only does he get to go to France for 10 days with his team, he also gets to see what he has in his squad with 10 practices and 4 games over the next couple weeks, which is great news for this young group of Badgers. More good news, their non-conference schedule dropped today, and UW will ease into Big Ten play. Besides 2 trips to Milwaukee and the battle for Atlantis, Wisconsin is home for 6 games starting November 7th against South Dakota. Green Bay, Wake Forest, Lehigh, Grambling State, and Western Michigan are also coming to the Kohl Center. Brew Crew on Apple TV Plus tonight, so you get this beautifully made graphic. Right now in the 9th, they're up 5-1. We're back after this.
Hi, I'm asking you to join me in voting for Rebecca Clayfish. Rebecca helped me beat the big government special interest. Tim Michaels' company sided with the union bosses and tried to stop our conservative reforms. Rebecca Clayfish is the conservative fighter Wisconsin needs.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The summer supercharged sales event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level.
Choose Flex Buy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% APR financing for 66 months.
At Pick and Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby, you.
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
that my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5 grand more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go. With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with even faster speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome.
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Call now.
There are big differences between Tim Michaels and me. I clip coupons, drive a minivan, and cut taxes. Tim Michaels lives in a Connecticut mansion and tried to raise our gas tax. As governor, I'll put your family first.
Sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning, installing train equipment and servicing all brands. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, here's something you don't see every day. A cow running loose, chased by police through the middle of I-65 in Alabama this week. The unexpected rodeo caught on video by an eyewitness who saw the black and white cow prancing in front. It's got some good speed to it, doesn't it? In front of a local sheriff's deputy there. I-65, of course, a major highway, runs north to south. Gary, you know, where does I-65 start?
It starts in Gary, Indiana.
And where does it end?
Mobile, Alabama.
He's a machine. It's like a party trick with this guy.
Yeah, and there's cows in the middle of the interstate.
And you can tell them where they are too. Final check. We got a hot one tomorrow.
Yeah, high temperature about 92. The heat index at about 101. Right now, still in the mid-70s.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. We hope you have a great weekend. Stay cool out there.